Welcome to Southern Maryland Sports Journal. I'm your host, Travis Thomas. We're here today with Dallas Cogle. He's a sports writer for Southern Maryland newspapers. Dallas, first of all, tell them a little bit about yourself. Welcome to the show. I've seen your name in every paper imaginable, so just tell them a little bit about what you got going on.
Well, thanks very much for having me. It's an honor to be here with you, Travis, and with your listening and viewing network. Like you said, I do work for Southern Maryland newspapers. Basically, we cover the entire region of Southern Maryland with our local newspapers. I primarily am based in Charles County, writing for the Maryland Independent. But you probably see me in the St. Mary's Enterprise a lot, of course in the Calvert Recorder as well, the Calvert County local newspaper, as I am the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs beat writer. And baseball season is in full swing, no pun intended. We always have to get in a cute little pun as a journalist, but we're in full swing with baseball season, getting near the end of the first half of the Blue Crab season. And so right now we're documenting and I'm writing and really trying to pinpoint every big game, every big win the Blue Crabs are doing. So you're probably reading about me or reading my stuff down here in St. Mary's County. And of course, when I'm not covering the Blue Crabs as their beat writer, I'm doing high school sports all across Southern Maryland, particularly with the Southern Maryland Athletic Conference. And we also, our newspapers also cover St. Mary's Reich. And so what we tell everyone is we've got you fully covered. We even do Little League and all those travel baseball and softball teams in the summertime as well. And I'm on that at times. But really, I was a broadcast major in college, graduated from Evangel University in 1998, went to La Plata High School. I'm a La Plata High School grad, so I'm kind of born and bred, or at least bred here in Southern Maryland, and so I'm very familiar with the landscape of Southern Maryland Athletic Conference sports.
Well, you mentioned the Blue Crabs. We'll get to that a little later. For now, I think you're the perfect guy to really recap the spring season in the Southern Maryland Athletic Conference. What were some of the highlights in terms of individuals and teams?
Well, it was an interesting spring season because the Southern Maryland Athletic Conference really does have a lot of success this season. Actually, the conference is rising in every year from fall, winter, and spring, but this season we saw a lot of standout play on the field. If you look at baseball, certainly the La Plata Warriors, based in Charles County, of course, had their finger on what appeared to be a state championship in baseball. They had to go through a very good Chopticon team who beat them in the regular season. And La Plata turned around and got revenge on them in the 3A South semifinals. It was a tight game through 3 innings. Chopticon's standout pitcher, their sophomore, who's going to be a junior come the fall, LJ Newsom, who was an all-conference selection and one of the top pitchers in the state coming back next year. He really throttled that great La Plata offense for 3 innings, and then what La Plata did best this year is they could just bash the ball. They ended up beating Chopticon in actually a 10-run rule and got to LJ after LJ had been so effective, and then La Plata used that to win the 3A South region title over Huntingtown, then went to the 3A South states and had a miracle win in the final inning walk-off style, and then of course they won. When they won that, they went to the state final, nearly pulled off a state championship, but committed 6 errors in that game and still only lost 3-2. Wow. So that's how good they were. In softball, Northern out of Calvert County won their 6th straight state title in the 3A. Northern's ranked #1 by MaxPreps.com in the country. And wow. Softball, they set state records for the most softball state titles in a row at 6, and they've won 10 overall state titles, which is a state high. And then as we work down just a couple more sports, in tennis, Leonardtown High School did a great job winning the SMAC tournament. They were finished #2 in the regular season in the SMAC. Continuing down into track and field, Thomas Stone won a state title on the boys side in track and field, but in the regular season, Leonardtown's boys and girls were right there in the hunt. And then of course you have boys and girls lacrosse, and we had a variety of Leonardtown, Great Mills, Chopticon players who thrived on the lacrosse field.
A very exciting spring season recap for Southern Maryland Athletic Conference with Dallas Cogle of Southern Maryland newspapers. I'm your host, Travis Thomas. You've been watching Southern Maryland Sports Journal on MetroCast Channel 10.